On page 188, the title is the apostrophe for possession. The little mark called the apostrophe is used in two ways. The first way is as follows. Rule number 1. To show that someone or something owns or possesses something, usually an apostrophe and s are added to the end of a word. Rule number 2 concerning contractions is covered in a later lesson, so we'll learn about that one next. First, we're just going to focus on rule number 1, showing possession. That means that you own something, you have it, it belongs to you, it's yours. So our check mark here says add an apostrophe and an S to show possession or ownership. Jacket of Luke becomes Luke's jacket. Luke with apostrophe and an S, jacket. Over here, dog of John becomes capital J because that's his name. John apostrophe S because it's John's dog. John owns the dog. Coat of Anna, capital A. Anna apostrophe S, coat. Shoe of J, capital J, apostrophe S, J's shoe. And you'll keep on going like that. Greg's book, Ruth's dress, Jessica's doll, Ben's truck, Levi's desk, Bible of Paul, Paul's Bible. Okay, in the middle of your page right here, add an apostrophe and an S to show possession or ownership as you complete these sentences. So now we have to add them at the end of each sentence. Number 1's example says, Grace gave Janelle a pencil, so it is Janelle's pencil. It now became her pencil. So Janelle, it now became her pencil. So it is Janelle's with an apostrophe S pencil. Okay, number 2, we'll do this one together. If Connell, okay, number 2, we'll do this together. If Connell owns a sailboat, it is, put their name, Connell, with an apostrophe S, it becomes Connell's sailboat. And then you do the next one. Her father gave Kelsey a gift, so it is Kelsey's, with an apostrophe S, gift. Okay, and you'll keep on going and do the next ones. Then at the bottom, make these words plural by changing the F or FE to V and adding ES. Remember the exception for chief. They did the first one for us. Then we have wolf will become wolves. I'm trying to write small so it fits. Wolves. Scarf will become scarves. Trying to write small. And half becomes halves. Okay, and you'll keep on doing it. I do want to collect this page for a grade. This will be graded, so do your very best. Page 190, we're going to talk about the apostrophe with contractions. A contraction is a short way of writing two words. They are written together, but one or more letters are left out. This lesson gives the second way in which the apostrophe is used. So we mentioned rule number 2 on the last page. An apostrophe is used to replace the missing letters. Usually the first word is not changed. So when you're doing contractions, you're combining these two words. Do and not become don't. and you replace that O with the apostrophe. They will become they'll, and you replace the W and the I with the apostrophe. He is become he's. You are becomes your. Okay, so you're going to write words as contractions. Take out the underlined letters, as in don't, do not becomes don't. So we're going to get rid of the W and the I, and it becomes he'll. He is becomes he's. Has not become hasn't. So let me just maybe find a spot on the side. Little note for you is becomes apostrophe S. Will always turns into apostrophe LL. Not becomes the N goes with the other part of the first word, and it's like this. So the apostrophe goes in between the N and the T. And R becomes apostrophe RE. That is how they always are. So just to help you remember, I think this might be easier if you see it like this. Okay, so I want you to finish this page. I will be grading this, so do your very best work. Okay, let's move on to the middle. Please comment if you don't understand, or have your parents send me a text, or you can FaceTime me. I have an iPhone, so my cell phone number, your parents can FaceTime me and we can talk about it. Okay, our check mark here gives us our directions. It says write the words below the blanks as contractions. Take out the underlined letters, as in is not becomes isn't. So Jim, we need to change was not to wasn't. And remember, our nots become N apostrophe T. So I'm going to try and write small. Jim wasn't. We keep was. We add N apostrophe T. Wasn't in school today because he did not becomes didn't. That's how you pronounce it. Did. Int. Didn't. Feel well. Do number 2 and 3 on your own. And at the bottom here, see how nicely you can draw pictures of these words ending in LE. Now this part is a review. Remember we did the ol sound last week. So they just want you to draw the pictures. I won't be grading it. Just do your very best. Like for a table, if you just do a square and some legs, that's fine. They have an apple right here, so if you just kind of copy that. You see how bad my apple looks, so I won't be grading you on how pretty this is. Just want you to do it bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. If you put in a candle, put a little light in your candle, and a turtle. Now this isn't going to be hard. These are his legs. Do turtles have tails? I don't know. And then I'll put some scales on his shell. Little smiley face, dot, dot, cheese. There you go, okay? And you'll be done with this page. Remember to pace yourself. This is page 191. This is the last page that you're going to have to do for this week of March the 30th. So please pace yourself. Don't try and do all these pages in one day. Take your time. So let's get started. The title, the sound of Z made by S. So sometimes S can sound like Z, like in words like rose and teams. They're spelled with S's, but the S makes the Z sound. So we have mouse. So the check mark here says print S or Z on the lines to show the sound made by the S. So if in the word, if the S is making the S sound, you write in a S. If the S is making a Z sound, you write in a Z. I'll do this first row. I do all of these, and then I want you to do the others by yourself. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay? Mouse is saying S, like the normal S sound, so we're going to write an S. Peels, like orange peels or banana peels, is making the Z sound. Gates is making the S. Needless is making an S. So I'm going to read these, and these are the ones you're going to do on your own. Obeys. 6, making that S. Has. Z. Wheels. Horse. S. Arise. Nose. Making the Z sound. Rains. Z. Okay? So then fill in. I'm going to grade this, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to do on your own. So I'm going to be grading you out of 8. Okay, moving on to the middle, we're going back to our apostrophe rule number 1, which is showing possession. So we're going to do apostrophe S. Add apostrophe S to underline words to show ownership. Number 1 is already done for us. The white hat on Naomi is Naomi's hat. You see how they added that apostrophe in the S? Number 2, the bow on the bear is the bear's, with an apostrophe S. What? What does the bear own? The bow. The bear's bow. Okay, do number 3, 4, and 5 on your own. Then apostrophe number 2 is when we have our contractions. That's when we have to get rid of some letters and change it to apostrophe and then whatever word it is. So remember, I don't know if I have any space to write, have always becomes apostrophe VE, not becomes N apostrophe T. Us is a new one that wasn't on our last page. That becomes apostrophe S. R, we know that one becomes apostrophe RE. And is just like us. It becomes apostrophe S. Now, I know that's kind of clumped up and hard to see, so you just kind of have to listen or go back and remember what I said in the last part of the video. So I'll do the first row. I'll go right across, and then you can do the rest of these on your own. We have becomes a weave. You see they got rid of the H and the A, and it becomes VE, just like I said up here. Has not becomes hasn't, and you spell it like H-A. That's an A. Ooh, let me just erase that, start over. Becomes H-A-S, and then apostrophe T. And you have already crossed out the H and A, becomes you've. That's a V. So I want you to complete these. You have 9 of these. So I'm going to give you a grade out of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, if I went too fast, if it was confusing, if you don't quite understand, have your parents send me a text. They are welcome to FaceTime me or Zoom, or you can just comment down below.